My god, I can't believe there's so many more cases left. I'm so shocked on how much content that this game has. It's like I'm shocked, but I'm also like very excited. Alright, bring it to me, bring it to me.
Next stop is the early 19th century. Lewis and Clark should have crossed the
Lewis and
Rockies
Clark?
by now, but instead, they seem to be stopped in their tracks. Better see if you can get them moving again.
Rock solid, rock solid. Yes!
Once again, you'll be exploring unknown territory, so I'll send Rock Solid as your good guide. Good luck, and watch out for rattlesnakes.
I love time travel, but I'm getting tired of resetting my watch. Ah, the great outdoors. It looks like we're in North America where the Missouri River emerges from the Rocky Mountains. It's 1805, and we've run into the Lewis and Clark expedition.
Are you sure those journals aren't in the saddlebags? How could we let someone nab our notes like that? What are we going to do?
I've told you I searched those saddlebags a dozen times. Blast the luck. We'll never cross the Rockies without those notes.
And none of my Shoshone kin are nearby to help us.
Say, it sounds like someone's pilfered the pockets of these pioneers.
Oh, tell us what's wrong, Miss Sacagawea. Wait, no, Acme book? Alrighty.
Greetings, strangers. You are welcome in our camp.
Oh, thank you. May we ask your name?
My name is Sacagawea of the Shoshone tribe. Lewis and Clark hired me as a translator and to help guide them through the mountain wilderness.
Ooh, can you give us any advice about traveling in the mountains?
I grew up in these mountains with my people, so I know of many dangers. On the steep cliffs, you must skirt the surly bighorn sheep. Avoid the strong current of the river. Most of all, beware the hungry bear.
Ooh, can you give us any new advice even though we literally just asked you for advice?
I have many memories of growing up in these beautiful mountains. I remember days spent weaving a tall basket. I also recall the sounds of my brother playing his drum.
Oh, what? Why are we just asking her about new... Wait. Okay.
I later lived among the Mandan Indians on the plains. It was there I learned to make a sharp tomahawk. I also learned to make a sturdy moccasin.
Oh, you know what? This is probably... Maybe the game's tripping me out. I think there were supposed to be multiple questions here, but it just says, like, can you just ask us any new
When I
advice?
first met Lewis and Clark, they had just completed a long day's travel. They were very tired, and I offered them a blanket. Right away, they were both fast asleep.
Aww. Okay, childhood plains. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Mountains.
Lewis and Clark brought a large, diverse group of explorers with them. They carried light canoes over the mountains, but had to leave that big ship behind. I'm sure not going to carry it.
But Rock, you're so strong. Okay, maybe ask you your name.
My name is Lieutenant William Clark, one of the leaders of this expedition.
And I'm
Coy.
Captain Meriwether Lewis, the other leader. We're in charge of the group you see here, called the Corps of Discovery.
Ooh, the Corps of Discovery. What's that?
The Corps was formed by President Jefferson to explore the land from the Mississippi River to the shores of the Pacific Ocean.
Ooh. So who is President Jefferson, even though we literally just met him last case?
Excuse me? I think you've been out here in the wilderness too long. Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence, and now he's the president.
Wow. What are those medallions you're holding?
These peace and friendship medallions were given to us by President Jefferson himself. We hope to trade them with Indians in the mountains, but without our journals, we can't take another step.
For some reason, I have a big softness for the Lewis and Clark expedition, so this is very entertaining. Is there anything we can do?
Sure, you can find a route through the Rockies for us. And since you're willing to stick your necks out, take this medallion to trade with any Indians you meet.
It's like he sounds really serious, but that was the most sarcastic read, man. Okay, why are your journals so important?
Those journals contain all our notes about the untamed lands west of St. Louis. The observations in those journals are invaluable because folks back east don't know much about the West yet.
Ooh, the West, where did the thief go?
He went west through the mountains. The journals he snatched also contain advice from the local Indians on how to cross these mountains. Without them, We're between the Rockies and a hard place.
Haha, I get it. Can you try and cross the Rockies without the journals?
We can't risk the core without those journals to guide us. Except for our guide and translator, Sacagawea, none of us have ever crossed such a great and dangerous mountain range.
Yeah, and I'm gonna assume like Sacagawea doesn't speak English so super easily between the two, right?
We meet again, but our story hasn't changed. Our journals are still missing.
Yeah, sorry about that, y'all, so we need to go find it.
Those are peace and friendship medallions.
President Jefferson gave us the medallions. He's eager to learn about the Indian tribes west of the Mississippi.
Ah.
Those are the Rocky Mountains, the backbone of North America. The Rockies are like CarmenSandiego, beautiful but tough when you try to cross them.
President
Rock.
Jefferson just bought a huge tract of land from the French at a bargain price. The deal was called the Louisiana Purchase. It was a real steal.
Oh, I read about that in history. Louisiana Purchase was a real steal, but also Rock. Are you calling Carmen beautiful? Alright. Okay, what else? Anything? Oh, river.
That's the mighty Missouri River. Lewis and Clark sailed upriver this far, but can't go any farther by ship. They plan to hike across the Rockies, then boat down a westward flowing river to the Pacific Ocean.
One of our main goals in the Corps of Discovery is to find a waterway from St. Louis to the Pacific, but I have a sinking feeling it doesn't exist.
Okay, we'll have to see about that though. Mountains.
Those are the...
President President
Okay, mountains, boats, cruise
Lewis.
boats. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm loving this background music. It's probably gonna get me copyrighted, but it's still very nice.
Good luck. Don't get eaten by bears.
Thank you. Ooh, moving on to the Rockies.
All right, there's a pass through the mountains. Shall we pass on through?
Can we?
Uh-oh, that ram is in no mood to let us horn in on his territory. What we need is some local advice.
What, are you telling me we just can't trade the medallion on the ram?
I think that medallion was made to trade.
What if we just walk forward though?
Whoa, if you think that ram is sore, just imagine how we'll feel if we cross his path.
Okay, good sir.
Let's use Indian Sign Language to ask this Shoshone for advice about getting past that irate ram.
What'd he say? Shoot.
Let's use Indian Sign Language to ask this Shoshone for advice about getting past that irate ram. I don't think the Shoshone has a solution to that problem. The Shoshone...
My question is, what did these other two versions mean?
Let's...
He's like, what?
I don't think the Shoshone has a solution to that problem.
He's like, I don't know, man.
I don't think... Let's use... Let's use Indian...
He's like, I don't know.
Let's use...
Okay, he doesn't know that one.
Let...
I don't know what that means. Rock, please.
What's up?
Oh gosh, what's our main goal?
We need to find a safe route through the Rocky Mountains for Lewis and Clark.
Okay, how do we trade for things?
Let's hand the Shoshone something to trade, and then use sign language to tell him what we want in return. If we're lucky, he or she will have what we need.
Okay.
That
should we
surly
do
ram
here?
is blocking our way through the Rockies. Let's use sign language to ask these Shoshone for some advice.
Well, it's definitely not ASL sign language, right? It'd be like Shoshone sign language, SSL. That Shoshone said something in sign language. Why do you do it?
I suspect he was offering us some sound advice about getting past that ram. Let's figure out what the sign stood for and start trading.
Okay, let's get the medallion.
That Indian looks like he wants to trade, so let's tell him what we need.
I don't know.
I guess that Shoshone doesn't have what we wanted to trade.
Don't need that.
Way to wheel and deal. Maybe we... That Indian looks like he wants to trade, so let's tell him what we need. I guess that Shoshone...
What do we need to...
That's getting us...
Do we need a knife? Like...
Way to wheel and deal. I'll bet that thing can really drum up a rack.
Ooh. I didn't, huh? I wonder why it did that. I literally thought we might need like an axe or something, but...
We found part of Carmen's note. She won't pull the wool over our eyes.
Ah, funny. Steal the journals at my bee house and then go where the river all flows west. Okay, cool. We got more items. We got more places. Lady. Oh, a tree.
All right, Inspector. Who says clues don't grow on trees? That's part of the Carmen note.
Amazing. Okay, ma'am, can you tell us something? Shoot, no.
Since her hands aren't talking, I'd say this Shoshone...
Okay.
Since her hands aren't talking, I'd say this Shoshone can't help us with our latest problem.
Can we trade?
Nothing's happening. Let's try to drum...
We might need to go back and get a weapon. I still... Okay.
A very...
Can you give us a weapon? Yeah, okay, thank you.
Another terrific trade.
I'm guessing we can use this axe and then we can cut down the tree, right?
Great idea. Just be sure you aim that tomahawk at the tree and not at your old friend Rock. Oh yeah. Timber! Good work, Inspector. And thanks to that Shoshone for showing us the way.
Right.
Stay on your toes. Or at least stay on your feet. We don't want to fall in.
What's at the end of this
Eureka.
tunnel?
We've reached the top of the Rockies. And that path ahead leads on to the Columbia River.
Ooh, a bear. That's scary.
Great galloping grizzlies. Where'd that big bear come from?
It's just there. Can we talk to it?
That grizzly fellow's a grizzly bear, one of the largest mammals in North America. Lewis and Clark ran into a lot of grizzlies on their trip and gained a healthy respect for them. They had to if they wanted to stay healthy.
It seems like we need armor, I guess?
He doesn't...
I love how the universal sign for I don't know is just you put both your hands up in like a formation like that.
Indians used smoke signals to communicate over long distances. I wonder if he has a burning question.
I don't think so.
The water flows east and west here, so we must be at the Continental Divide. All rivers east of the divide flow east, and all rivers west of the divide flow west. So let's go with the flow. Ooh, that grizzly is unbearable.
Okay, it seems like we need to go back and trade for some armor or something. Like whatever the Indian was saying, or the Shoshone tribesman. Excuse me.
I guess that...
No? Do you have this?
I guess that Shoshone...
Oh, you don't?
I guess...
I think maybe the lady might have had it then.
That Shoshone woman seems willing to trade. Let...
Blankets?
Way to wheel and deal. Stay...
No?
This Indian has no treasures to trade, but... I see what you're getting at.
Do you?
Okay, watch this. Way to go. With that bear gone, we can continue west to the Columbia River.
Ooh, amazing. Let's go.
Westward ho, let's go. But first, let's head back east and round up the core of Discovery. We're back. We found a terrific route through the Rockies.
Yes, we did it.
Was your journey difficult?
Yes.
No, we just had to grin and bear it. Come on, let's load up the portable boats. It's smooth sailing from here.
And there we go. And we bounce, and we go over. Oh, wow.
We've reached the Columbia River. Now Lewis and Clark can float by boat the rest of the way to the Pacific.
Oh, awesome.
That there's a plank canoe. It's made by nailing together planks of wood.
Ooh.
Every year, salmon leave the Pacific Ocean and swim far upstream to the place where they were born. Now that's what I call being homesick.
My God, okay.
Those are the Nez Perce Indians. They helped Lewis and Clark later in their journey. That there's a plank.
They got plank canoe. I should probably ask him more things. What should here at the Columbia River? Right.
We need to locate the rest of Carmen.
Okay, we already got that.
That's the third and final piece. This letter will spell trouble for our thief, if we can.
They have so many different types of canoes, man. Okay, steal the journals at my behest, then go where river all floats west. If you find up your up creek, play a game of hide and seek. Keep our vile plans afloat, concealed within the Nez Perce boat. So...
I'll fire up the time cuffs.
Okay.
That looks like a reed canoe. Didn't you hitchhike on one of those in Egypt?
Did I?
Over there's a fine example of a hewed canoe. They're made by chopping out the interior of a log.
It makes me think how the other Acme members have just watched me through the journeys. Like, am I being watched right now by all the time troopers?
Hey, dig that dugout canoe. Native Americans made dugout canoes by burning out the insides of cedar or pine logs. Maybe they should have used ash trees. Looks like the Corps of Discovery crew is planning the final leg of their journey west. While they prepare, we have a thief to snare.
Okay. Ocean?
Just ahead lies the Pacific Ocean. Hey, I'll bet it's waving at us.
So I'm gonna assume...
That there's a plank.
Okay, it's gotta be one of the boats, but I'm gonna assume you gotta get the boat that closely resembles the Nez boat. Okay. Miss Pierce Country. Made dugout canoes by burning log and digging out the charred center. Dugout. Okay, so it's this one.
Say, that dugout canoe is the Nez Perce style boat mentioned in the Carmen note.
And we got it.
Back to Acme Jail for you, Baron, and you won't get away a second time.
You've got me grounded. But you'll never get a beat on Carmen's high-flying plan.
Carmen this, Carmen that. Bro, Carmen ain't got smack on us.
Congratulations once again! You rebusted the Baron, learned to speak with your hands, and led Lewis and Clark to the Columbia River. Thanks to you, the wildest part of the western U.S. is well on its way to being tamed. Great going! But there's more lawlessness in the very near future, Time
No.
Inspector. Can you move on to a new case right away?
Yes. No, but yes. No, but definitely yes.